Well, hello folks, welcome back. Simulation for the Nation here. You join me back on the family farm, well right now in the family truck, because we have just been filling up with some diesel and doing a few odd jobs really, running some errands. Mainly and quite unbelievably because we've been snowed off, of all things. As you can see, the snow is still falling. We're going to head back to the yard now. We had everything set up to start some hay work today. We're going to get some mowing done, and then even, depending upon what the weather's like, get the old, get the case out there with the tether on and throw it all around a little bit as well and start to get it tethered out. But that has been, well, kiboshed really, and I'm not sure, I don't even know where the snow came from. I can't remember seeing it being forecast. We're supposed to get a good week of kind of mild to warm weather with some good breezes as well, just to really help dry everything out there, but that hasn't happened at all. So all we can do really is try and muddy our way through. We're going to get the 66, put the plough in the back there eventually, and then get over ploughing the ground next to the silage ground that we're in. That's all been finished. We wrapped that and got that all stacked up nicely yesterday, thank God. But that's all been done. If there's one small bit of good news here, oh, they still haven't got this all tied up. Wonderful. Still have to hold all the random stuff there. If there's one small piece of good news at least, it is that we are able to, I've said that's finished, and this snow will give the silage ground there a bit of a bit of rain just to help it regrow again, because I'm sure they'll want to get a second cut off there in due time. But yeah, that's gone well. Baylor ran well through there, and we're just kind of in a position now where we're ready to get going, so it's a bit disappointing, but what can you do? We might see if they want to put some, because I'm not sure what they're going to use that for. We might see if they want to get some fertilizer put onto that ground just to kind of help it along a little bit, but yeah, that's a conversation for the other day. You can see the cover crop's still looking great. The sugar beet hasn't quite come through yet, but it's only been a few days since that was done. Maybe by the middle of next week we should see something. And yeah, we're looking good around here. We've got some more wool pallets that Dad's been working on that we need to get stacked about the way. But yeah, for now we'll just leave this truck in here, I think. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. Could not believe it when I woke up this morning to see this. Really not expecting it at all. So, as you can see, we come around the corner here. Sheep are starting to hide out indoors. Don't blame them. We had everything ready. We're about to go and take the 57 out. But what we will do in a moment or two here is get back into the 66, put the plough on, get away over. But before we do that, I think we'll just get some of these pallets of wool moved. So back into the JCB. But yeah, the weather is incredible. How's the weather going wherever you are watching? Do let us know. Let me know if there's any anything like this. Considering we are in middle of spring here now, it's well, late spring now really, actually I would say. This is a bit uncalled for at the very best. What we'll do is probably just get that wool into there for now. Get that out of the way somewhere. All I've got to do is remember where either myself or Dad left the pallet forks. We'll have to find those ones. But yeah, other than that, everything else is ready to go. All of the equipment is being chucked over, serviced over once as well, and it's yeah, it's firing along very nicely indeed, so can't complain there. Oh, wonderful. Just had that crushing realization that I know exactly where the forks are, and it involves drive. So we're gonna have to go and take a drive down to the contractor's yard, pick those guys up, and then we'll come back. I'll not take you down there because it's gonna take me, well, with this thing, about 20 minutes to get back. It's not the quickest at all, so we're gonna get that one done anyway. We're gonna pick those guys up. I don't know why they were left down there, and then we will get that shifted, move a few things around the yard there, and get ourselves back into the masses. So we'll catch you up in just a little bit. Alright then, what feels like a lifetime later, we're just about crumbling back up the road here. It's a little slow, but what can you do? I have news about the combine. We are going to be keeping our existing combine there. We got a quote back from the workshop at the dealers who are looking into it. We took that to the insurance because it is going through the insurance there, and they are getting that all taken care of. They agreed to go ahead with it because it would cost them an awful lot more to get us a new combine. So, with all being well and good, I think the biggest delay we're going to have now is them waiting to receive new parts in, but that's coming, and then as soon as they get that, we'll get the combine back. So hopefully, yeah, we should get that back soon, which is, I'm quite relieved about actually, because it's still, I didn't want to be burdened with having to try and find a new combine of a similar cost and size and not going too big or anything like that. So to have that all fixed and done is quite a nice relief actually. And long may that continue. So, we'll hopefully, like I say, they reckon it's going to take them a few weeks to get all the parts they need, because it is a bit of an older machine there, so sourcing them isn't quite as easy as it once was. But that being said, yeah, we'll be good to go by this time we need to. And again, it's great because, well, we don't have a lot to harvest of our own right now, so it didn't make a lot of sense to me to actually have to have a big shiny new combine there. So much as I would like a new toy, of course. Maybe one day, but that day is not going to be anytime soon, let's say that much. So how's things going anyway? Hope you're all doing very well, whatever you're doing. Do let us know down below what you're working on, where you're working of course, and how that's all coming along there. If you started to get the first cut on today, or anytime recently, let us know if you what you're cutting down, how many acres, what if you're baling it, put it into a pit. A lot of different people out there with different approaches and different systems, so always very intrigued by that. Ours is always very straightforward here. With sheep, it's very straightforward. Just make as much hay as you can and get it stacked in the shed there. Which we will be hopefully starting. I don't know how long this blooming snow's going to hang around for, really, but hopefully not too long. But it's been pretty consistent now for a little while, so we'll have to wait and see. Kind of out the blue, and they say that global warming isn't a thing, but we'll have to wait and... I think this is proof to the contrary at the moment. Okie dokie then, so we'll stop about there. And around we go. Wonderful stuff. We go with there. Okay, so kind of coming along very nicely here. So that at the moment there has been kind of doing shifts on the clipping, making sure the ewes are in different times. When they're in, they're not only getting shade, but they're also having a whole load of different things done to them at the moment there. So we're checking the feet as well, because we've got some longer grass. We want to make sure that they don't have any kind of issues there with the hooves or with the with any just muck and debris in there anyway. So they're all getting cleaned off, and any of them that do show any signs are getting cleaned out there and sprayed. So they're getting dosed as well. And then we're also just checking the weights of some of the lambs as well, to see how they're coming along. Some of last year's lambs as well, the last of them are to go away, so they're being taken away in bits as well. So separated a little bit as well. And keeping the ones that we're going to be selling soon close to home, just so we actually have them. Makes a little bit more sense really, so when we do need to move them on, they're not too far away. Looks like at the moment the next load will be going, I think it's in a fortnight, so we'll see. Might end up trying to go along to the auction with them actually, see how that all goes. If this weather continues too much longer, we'll probably look at getting some of the last of our other ploughing done as well for the autumn. But there's a few little bits that we can work on with, particularly as we come around here. You'll see that field on the far side there over the road. That's ours. We need to get that ploughed over at some point. But, we're going to do this contract ground first. Get that one out of the way. Here we come. Have to shift that one as well. Move that further in so Dad can get working on that pallet load. Wonderful. Let's stick this in here for now. Excellent. So like I say, no real sign in it letting up anytime soon. So with that in mind, we might as well just go and get on with what we can at the moment there. Which right now, like I say, we will jump into the 66. We'll just unhook the baler now. Everything was all nicely tucked away with the exception of the mower there. We got everything in we needed to. Just a little frustrating, but what are we to do? Yeah, we'll just hit a little bit of ploughing. Nice way to spend the day, I suppose. Now I'm hoping, the reason we're getting this one done nice and quickly, obviously we got the baling done, but we want to make a good impression with these folks, because we're not quite sure how much land or how many more opportunities there could be, but we think there could be quite a few, so we want to make sure we make a good impression here. So if any more work does come in of any sort, we can be the ones who are tasked with helping them out on that front. But I'm going to get this all hooked up to the plough. I might have to move my trucks, cut myself short in space here, so we'll get that one done. We'll get the plough hooked up, and then we'll take that drive back down and get ourselves all down, set up to start ploughing out. It's not a big field there, I think it's only about 6 or 7 acres, truth be told, but hey, we can only plough what he's asked us to plough, so we'll get that all done, I think. Well, folks, just coming past the contract in the yard there. Looks like Grandma's still in the house, which is good at this current time. We are just going to head down. We're probably only about 5 minutes away now. And we'll get ourselves through. Like I said, it's not going to take us too long to do, but it's a good job just to get done out of the way with right about now. And then, yeah, we'll have to give him a phone call, let him know it's done, see if he wants us to come in and get any of the, to drill it really, and what he wants us to drill it with and what that might look like. But I'll also show you the stack. We'll have a look to see if it's shifted at all. It didn't look like it was going in when we left it, I must say. But hey, you never know. These things can... I've seen worse or stranger things happen. And around we go. But yeah, it is a little bit of a strange time right now. Fortunately, working in isolation here in the tractor makes it quite... as a farmer there, work can't stop, but you can kind of limit what's happening and what that looks like, so that's quite good. Spend a lot of time in the tractor cab on your own anyway, so that's nice and easy to do. And over we go here. But yeah, I do hope you are managing to stay safe wherever you are there, whatever that does look like. I know it's not easy for a lot of people right now. I'd like to say as well a big thank you to everyone who has joined the channel recently as well. It's wonderful to see them. We've got just over 9,000 subscribers now, which is great. Time recording now, just over 9,100 I think. Oh lord. What in the world? What the heck's happening there? Heavens. Hope everyone is okay. People are driving extremely fast around here on the roads of late. It is shocking how quickly people are going. No regards for their own safety at times. Especially with tractors as well. I find that people don't know how to behave around slow moving vehicles on the road. It is quite something. Now, where was the gateway into this field? It's around here if memory serves. There's the bale stack at least. Looks like it's doing alright. There we go. Yeah. Nice house out and over there. I had a chat with the residents of that house when I was wrapping the bales up the other day. There was a young lad who was very curious as to what was happening. So I was talking to them over the fence about what we were doing and how long we were going on there. But yeah, they were very intrigued. Alright, so this is it. So I think all in all there wasn't a great number of bales from that field over there, if memory serves. There might have been about 15 or so. But we've got those all done. It took a little bit of time to get them from the far corner of the hillside, but you know, we did what we could, and yeah, got them all stacked up in just over there. In fact, you can just see them. But yeah, not a bad looking stack. We'll be coming back in, and if there are going to be more silage bales, at least we'll get them added straight on top of there, which should be quite good. Yeah, very, very good indeed. But for now, we're just going to go start on this field here. I think we'll start in this corner actually, and just see what this looks like. An odd-shaped field, that's for sure. It's going to need some squaring off somewhere. Which we'll probably try and do from here, I think. That looks like the best place. Try and square off this end, and then have it all squared off by the time we... Yeah, by the time we get out of this little kind of corner, then that'll be ideal. Alright then, let's just let's see how this pulls through. Anyway, there's a little bit of green in the bottom here still. What looked like it must have been set aside program or a stewardship program, but what we'll do is probably just pull it to about there, I think, and then we'll do a few more of those to get us out of this little triangle, and then we should have it squared away pretty quickly indeed. Always like to get some neat ploughing done. Always looks a lot better. Stop about there again. Wonderful. And then yeah, we can pull kind of at slight angle straight down by that grass line. As you can see it there, that should work a wonder. Love it. I don't think they're so keen to sit out in the garden today. They're not while it's snowing of all things. Okay, we'll sit you down about there. And then that should give us just about enough to get a bit more of a square line. Get rid of that little odd triangle. Okay then, and we're laughing. We have to plow over it a little bit, but it'll tidy it up nonetheless. And we'll see how we get on here. This stuff's looking like it's coming over quite nice and dry as well. Actually, it's had the weather to up until today, so whatever moisture's on the surface as we plough this over should get buried anyway there, and it shouldn't affect any drilling. But there's a bit of a breeze around with the snow, so it should be good. And like I say, fingers crossed it won't be around for too long anyway, and it'll allow it just to get kind of it'll allow it just to work over with the drill very nicely. And then, yeah, hopefully, like I say, we'll get into be able to put some fertilizer onto those two fields and keep this kind of little contract that we've got going really. I'm going to put my little end bits in here now. And then once we get this setting up in the field to plough is always a little bit fiddly at first, but once you get it all away, you're laughing really. Excellent. Alright then, so we're going to just kind of keep pushing through with that one really, see how we get on. We've got lots to kind of get ourselves going with anyway. And then all being well, by the time we get back to you later on in the week, whenever that may be, we should see that the snow has stopped. Pray to God, hope it has. And we'll be able to get ourselves going with the hay as well. So expect to see us out in the mower. You'll probably see us out with a little bit of the case and maybe the 399 as well. But yeah, it's going to be good to see, lots to get going with, and we've got a lot of hay to try and get built up this year, so we need to get started with that as soon as possible. Until next time though, I've been Simulation for the Nation. I hope you have enjoyed. I'm going to keep cracking through and getting this field ploughed up as soon as we can, and we'll see you all in the next one. Catch you later.